What's going on, YouTube world? Today we're going to be looking at all the orders I have going out today. There are 16 items, but really only 15 orders because 2 of the items were bought by the same buyer. We're also going to be taking a look at my inventory system as well as how I ship my items. Let's get into the video.
What's your name, friend?
My name is Jason, aka Mr. Llama, the not-so-better half of The Lazy Llamas, which is the eBay store that I run with my wife, Mrs. Llama. My wife and I, we own a gym. We've owned the gym for almost 9 years, and we started reselling on eBay part-time 3 years ago. Like I said, we've got 16 items to pull from inventory and get shipped out, so it's going to be a little bit of a busy day. They are mostly video game related. That is my main focus. I have already written the thank you cards for all of these 16 items. So all we have to do is pull, pack, and get ready to ship. Let's get started. Okay, so we are in my shipping area, and I also have inventory that I keep in here. So this is part of my inventory system, these bins and the shelf. So the first item we're going to be pulling is part of that 2-item order I told you about. The one buyer ordered 2 things. So we've got one of them is here in MS1D. Pull that here. The other item that he purchased is right here in MS2, and it is this Mario Party 8 game. I'm going to set this right over here, and we are going to work on getting these packaged up. I've got my envelopes here. I'm going to pull this. I think this will be just fine. If not, we might, if it won't fit in there, we might have to do one of my poly bags down there with some bubble wrap. So let's get started. Okay, so we're gonna band loose. Yeah. Right in there. Perfect. We're going to get our thank you card. Whoop.
Slippery little suckers.
Hold on to that. Thank you card in there. Tape. Scale over. 14 ounces, so we're actually able to send this first class.
First class, sweet.
So I'll write the name of the buyer and the weight on the package, just like so, and then it goes over here. Okay, our next item is also in MS1D. It is a Nintendo DSi with charger. I'm going to put that there. All right, we're probably going to use the same type of envelope with some bubble wrap to pack it up. Let's get started. Okay, our next order is a video game. Like I said, most of what I sell is video games and video game consoles. This is Mario Tennis Ultra Smash for the Wii U. This one sold to a person named Daniel, and I actually have 2 Daniels that have ordered for me.
The same name. Exactly.
So I have to make sure that I put the last initial when I write their name on the package. I do that all the time anyway, just to stay in the habit. I always put first and last initial. Just to make sure you don't get labels mixed up when you have same names. So we're going to just put this in one of these bubble mailers. They fit perfect. We got 2.9 ounces. It's already in there with the card. So 2.9 ounces. So you would just round 2.8 ounces, whatever, 2.9. You could round that up to 3 ounces, write their name on the front, and put it over with the others. Okay, so this is our first item, non-video game related. It is also in MS1D. You're going to pull this. It's a Netgear mobile router. It already had a box, so I'm just going to ship it in the box it was in. It's going to bubble wrap this up a little bit. Probably bubble wrap the box too, and then put it in a mailer. So let's get started on getting this packed up. Here, weigh the item. Ooh, just under a pound. So I will be able to list this first class. That's a good thing. Okay, I actually have another one of these Netgear mobile routers that also sold. It's also an MS1D. This one does not have the manual, and of course it does not have the box, so I will have to find a box. Luckily, I have boxes in all shapes and sizes, so I should be able to find one to fit it. No problem. This looks like it will work. Hang on. I think this one might be a little better. We'll do this one and get it packed up. $15 ounces, first class. Okay, next item going out is another video game. It is this Captain Toad treasure tracker for the Wii U. Listed this yesterday. A lot of these games I just listed a day or two ago and they've already sold. So like I said, video games are extremely fast sellers, and it is what I sell the most of. We're just going to put this in another bubble mailer, just like the last one. Get it weighed. Again, we have 2.9 ounces for this. So we're going to put it down as 3 ounces. Get it shipped out. Ships first class. Probably cost right at $4 to ship that. Our next order is for a fella named Mike.
Mike!
It is this Uncharted 4 for PlayStation 4. And I'm going to go ahead and grab the card because I have forgotten to put the card in the last couple. A little distracted. I've never filmed myself packing orders before. And if you see, I actually mentioned the Uncharted game in the thank you note. So he knows this was written specifically for him.
Last touch.
And then we're going to get us another bubble mailer. Pack it in there, get it weighed. Okay, so you can see it's 3.2 ounces. I just go ahead and round it up to 4. Once it goes over that ounce, I just round it up to the next one. And I'm just going to put 4 ounces on there just to be safe, make sure that postage is good and I don't have to worry about anything. So I'm going to round this up to 4 ounces and get it shipped out. All right, our next order is for our other Daniel. So we need to make sure that we put first name and last initial. I do that on every package just to stay in the habit, but make sure it's very important this time. This is actually a repeat buyer.
Oh, repeat customer.
This buyer has bought from me several times. So I actually word his card a little differently, so he knows that I'm not just giving him the same card every time. It's more of a thank you for your loyalty kind of card. So we're going to put that in there, and then mailer, and we're going to get that sent out. Our next order is The Legend of Zelda: The Twilight Princess on Wii. Yet another video game. Again, this is one I listed yesterday, and it is already sold. Actually sold just a few hours after I listed it. So get his card, get our mailer, and yet we have another video game.
Anyone else sensing a pattern here?
This is Speed Racer, the video game for PlayStation 2. This has actually been sitting for a while. I think I listed this maybe a couple of weeks ago. I think I listed it at $13.88. Somebody sent me an offer at $10, so I just took the offer. Get it out of here. It's not a really high-end demand game, but get our card. There. Get our mailer. Get it packed up and weighed. Okay, so our next order is not a video game, but it is video game related.
I so hate you right now.
It is here in MS1A, part of my inventory system. If you'll notice that custom SKU, it is an original PlayStation 1 controller. This is what came out with the little mini version they put out. This is an authentic Sony. This was listed for a couple of days, sold for full price. We are going to try to find a box possibly for this. This one might work. Get it bubble wrapped and packed up. $13 ounces, first class. Okay, and the next item is actually not video game related at all. It is this Monopoly electronic banking game. I actually featured this in a previous video. I found this at a Goodwill for $3. I actually featured it in a video where I talked about how to make your items look really, really good in your listings. Using these little snap baggies to put these cards in, just making it look really good. So, but this sold for full price, $35. So we're going to get this packed up and get it shipped out. All right, so with board games, first thing I do is kind of pick it up, see if it makes a whole lot of noise. If it does, which that's not too bad. All of our card and small pieces are already in baggies. So I'm just going to try to keep this down here from moving. I'll just layer it with a little bit of bubble wrap. Like that. These little tokens here. Put another piece right there. Board on top. I will put their card in the actual box. Close it up. Check for noise. That's okay. Wrap it up. Bubble wrap it like crazy. I go through a lot of bubble wrap.
Does anyone get distracted easily by bubble wrap?
I'm getting my large poly bags. There we go. Get it weighed. 2 pounds, 13 ounces. So this will go priority mail. Write my weight on there. I'm going to measure this one. 16, 12, 4. So 16 by 12 by 4. There you go. Name on there. Move on to the next one. Okay, so our next item is actually not in this room. I have a totally separate room. It's my eBay studio. It's where I actually list, but part of my eBay inventory system is actually in that room. And that's where I keep larger items. These are just the smaller items. Most of this is just first class, video games, other smaller items. But I keep my larger items back in my eBay studio room. So we're going to go back there and pull 2 consoles. I sold a PlayStation 3 and an Xbox 360, and they are both back in that room. So I'm just going to go ahead and go back there and pull both of those. Okay, so this is my eBay studio where I keep extra. This is actually where I do my testing, keep inventory. Please forgive the mess. This is actually where I sit when I record my YouTube videos. You might recognize that. And our first one is in Metal Drawer 1, MTDRW, just stands for Metal Drawer 1. Come up with my own ways of remembering where stuff is. It's a PlayStation 3 with a game. Just going to get all this. Cords. And then I have Metal Drawer 2 and Metal Drawer 3. And then I have my EBR shelves. That just stands for eBay room. That's eBay room shelf 4, shelf 3, shelf 5, and then shelf 2 is in here. EBRS2. Please forgive the mess. I know energy drinks are really bad for you.
Really bad.
So get this. Just bring a box or a tote with me when I have multiple consoles, so I can just grab them all at once while I'm back here. All right, let's go get these packed up. Okay, so for this PlayStation 3, I'm going to find a box that we think will fit. Got this one might work. Let's give that a shot. Okay, so I've got the system all laid out, ready to get packed. I've got my box lined with bubble wrap. So we're going to start wrapping this up and getting it packed. Okay, so I've got it all taped up, and a lot of people will ask if you need to remove like the Prime tape, like if it's got Amazon Prime or something on the tape. No, you don't have to remove that. It doesn't matter that it's shipping, it's not an Amazon item. You can leave that on there. It's fine. And I used to try to take it off, but sometimes it can actually damage the box. So I just leave it on there. It doesn't matter. But I do remove the old shipping labels, any barcodes that are on there. So that, get it weighed. Okay, so we were 2 items away from being done, and I just had another order come in, so we're going to go ahead and pack that up. It's still pretty early in the day, so I got plenty of time to get everything packed up and get it to the post office before they close. This is an Xbox One that I just listed this morning. Sold for full price at $169.88. It is back there in the eBay room where we grab those other 2 video game consoles. So now I have to go back there and grab that. All right, yep, we're back in the eBay room. As you can see, this is EBRS4. That's where this was listed and stored in inventory. That's the one we're looking for. It's got our 3 games, our controller, our power cord. So we're going to grab this, go pack it up. So now we got to get this Xbox 360 that we pulled. I think this box right here will be perfect. Set that right there. Okay, I've got everything laid out nice and neat. I like to make sure I lay everything out before I package it, just to make sure that everything is there. Don't want to leave anything out when you do consoles, because they come with a lot of accessories sometimes. So we want to make sure that everything is there before you package it. So make sure that everything's laid out neatly so you can make sure that you don't forget anything.
Good idea.
We've got the Xbox all packed up. We're going to get it weighed. 9 pounds, 2 ounces. Got my weight and my dimensions on there. I'm just going to add the name, and that one's ready to go. Okay, so more good news. I just sold another Xbox One that I listed this morning. I listed 2 Xbox Ones bundles this morning, and they have both sold, and they sold to the same person. So that's really good. For one, that's a quick sell, and 2, I only have to pay 1 shipping. So it's going to save me a ton on shipping because I can just package them together like I did that first order that we did. I can package these 2 Xbox Ones together as well in 1 box, 1 label, which is going to save me a ton on shipping cost. So excellent. Excellent. So we're going to go back there and pull that. That is also back in the eBay room. So we're going to go back there and pull that and finish up. So we still got 2 more orders to go. Okay. Last small order we have is in MS1A. It is this PlayStation 3 wireless controller. Set that there. Find a box for it. These little boxes right here are perfect. My wife gets like little, I don't know, creams.
Butters, creamy goo.
And they come in these little boxes. And so I use them all the time. I save all of them. So I've always got tons of little boxes. All right, so we got it all packed up. Got it weighed. We got 8 ounces, so this will go first class. And then all we have is those 2 Xbox Ones to pack up that just sold, and we're all done with packaging. All right, we are back in the eBay room. The Xbox One is down here in MTDRW3, Metal Drawer 3. There it is. Get this packed up, get it shipped out. Okay, so I have both console bundles laid out. 2 consoles, 2 controllers, 7 games. There was 3 with one bundle, 4 with the other, and 2 power cords, and everything is here and ready to go. We're going to get packed up. I've already got the box I'm going to use right here. We're going to get this all packed up nice and neat and get it weighed, get it shipped out. Get our Xbox One all packed up, weighed. Looking at 16 pounds, 13 ounces. All right, got it all weighed. We are all done with packaging. Get everything with weights, names. Now it's time to go get some labels printed. Okay, so we're in my actual eBay hub, and we're going to go up here to the bell. We're going to click on the 18 items going out. This is just to protect names and addresses. So it's basically, you just put in your weights and your dimensions, but like I said, I can combine 4 of these items because two buyers bought 2 items each. So if I combine them, say now these Xbox Ones are on the same order because they're going to the same person, and this DS Lite and this Mario Kart 8 are going to the same person. So now we just have to edit and put in the weights for each one and make it super simple. So I'm going to do that and then get the labels printed out. I did want to share this, that those Xbox Ones, shipping them priority mail is $25.60, or I can switch it to UPS ground and it's $17.35. And these were listed with free shipping, so I can choose whatever shipping I want. So I'm going to save the money and ship it UPS ground because it will get there just as quickly. So even more profit. Okay, we are all done for the day. It has gotten pretty late into the afternoon, so I'm going to have to get these orders to the post office. I did get a couple more orders in, but unfortunately, those are not going to be able to go out until tomorrow. I have to, at some point, make a cutoff. Usually around 3 o'clock in the afternoon is usually my cutoff, so I can make sure I get to the post office and everything. It's already well past 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so these items will have to go out tomorrow.
You snooze, you lose.
So now we're going to look at the numbers for today on all 18 items that we got packed and shipped. There was gross sales on these 18 items of $1,038.32. After eBay fees and shipping, it actually brings it down to $795.16. We're going to subtract my cost of good, my investment into the products. We're just going to round up to $475. That's what I paid for these items. And so that leaves us with a net profit on today's sales of $320. If we want to look at our ROI, the return on investment I made from these items, we're looking at 67% return on investment, which is pretty good. Now, I know if you've watched my Goodwill Finds videos and what sold from Goodwill Finds, those ROIs are much higher. They're in the 300-400% range. When I get into video games, like my actual, daily sales, my ROIs are not that high. They're usually around the 50% or higher, which is still a really good return on investment. I buy video game items in bulk. I get, large bundles of video games and, things like that. So the return on investment on those are not as high, but they sell so quickly. What I lose in return on investment, I make up for in sell-through rate. So I can sell them quickly, restock with new inventory, and make profits that way. Goodwill Finds are great because the return on investment is so high, but a lot of those can sit for a week, 2 weeks, sometimes 3 weeks before they sell. So I do make a better return on investment on Goodwill Finds, but what I gain in return on investment, I lose in sell-through rate as far as how quickly they sell. So it's a little bit of a give and take, and that's why I like to do both. My video games are my daily sellers for a lower ROI, but I'm making profit and can reinvest daily into new inventory. Where Goodwill Finds are cheap, large return on investment, but they take a little bit longer to sell. So that's how my business usually works. Just kind of gave you a small glimpse into a day of sales and shipping for my eBay business. I hope you enjoyed it, and we're going to end the video there. If you did enjoy it, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you can see future videos. And in case you don't know, God loves you, I love you, and we'll see you next time. Peace.